Impromptu protest outside the Kremlin tonight and an air of stubborn rebellion as people face down hundreds of riot police. Genteel rebellion, but fueled by a real anger, dampened by a sense of helplessness, because the man who'd given them hope is tonight sitting in prison. Tonight, this side of the Kremlin is ringed by riot police, and these are the people they're protecting it from. Moscow's middle classes, enraged by the jailing of Alexei Navalny. When he arrived in court this morning, Alexei Navalny said it was inevitable that he would be convicted. Once he became a significant opposition leader last year, he suddenly found himself accused of stealing from a state-owned timber company. Today, Judge Sergei Blinov found him guilty and sentenced him to 5 years in a penal colony. He was led away in handcuffs. His supporters said it was a travesty of justice.
This is not a judge. This is a guy just who made a statement which he got from Kremlin.
Speaking to me when the trial began, Alexei Navalny had complained that jailing opponents like him was one of the few options left to the government.
The television propaganda, which has worked for 13 years, is no longer working, and internet coverage is spreading. So one of the few remaining effective methods of control of the political situation is the repression of political activists.
It was last year's street protests that shook the Putin government. Alexei Navalny was the most charismatic and energetic leader to emerge. Last week, he started his campaign to become Moscow's mayor. A poignant election picture shows his wife and 2 children who will now be visiting him in jail. Criminal trials are a resurgent form of political control in Russia. First, there were the women from Pussy Riot, then the bizarre trial of a dead lawyer in which the dock remained empty, and there's the ongoing prosecution of ordinary protesters, so many they barely fit in the court. Kremlin supporters warn that in Russia, aspiring politicians need to be whiter than white.
If somebody at the same time wants to steal money and to go to the squares and streets saying, look, I'm very good to be a Russian president, it's a little bit contradiction.
The man who's the focus of the protests, President Putin, was branded a thief by Alexei Navalny. Tonight, he was reminding his critics he is still in charge. Daniel Sanford, BBC News, Moscow.